everyone. This is Connecting the World, and this interview series is sponsored by Rehan Foundation and Institute of Peace. I am your host, Sidra Naeem, and my guest is Dr. Jyun and Elizabeth. They both are from US and Canada. They are working for humanity. They are working for developed and change the betterment, and they are just working for the betterment of the human beings, as well as they are working for health. So I'm just going to convert them, and they will be share something about their projects and their work. So over to you, Dr. Jan, first.
Hi, thank you so much, Sidra. Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Jyun, and Dr. Isabel and I, we established a company called ISAMIZU Global to helping empowering people globally to providing many pathways using ancient technology, ancient science, and modern science combined with the technology to really empowering people to be proactive towards their health and well-being. And my background is a traditional Chinese medicine practice over 25 years, and went to a quantum university to study and research about integration of medicine with a quantum principle. This is where we met the Dr. Isabel, and we have this mission vision to help future generations to really wanted to change the world. So we thought, we need to come together, join force, to create this company organization to help.
Thank you. My next question to Elizabeth, please. What is the mission behind this project to work for human, to work for the sciences and technology? What is the mission behind it?
Hello, Sidra. Thank you so much for having us. We have been working together for about 25 years each, and we have seen that the world needs more help. We think that integrating the best of the Western medicine and Eastern medicine is the key secret for achieving the best version of ourselves. We all have everything that we need to be healthy and to have well-being. And that's our project. And especially now with whatever is happening with the pandemic, the newer generations, the future generations need a lot of help. There is a lot of anxiety going on, a lot of depression. And then, unfortunately, the way that the Western medicine is treating those patients is with medications, with prescription, that these prescriptions are causing more problems, more side effects. So when I started practicing dentistry 22, 23 years ago, the patients will come with one prescription medication. Now they come with 3 pages of medications because one medication is helping the side effects of the other medication that they're taking. And instead of being healthier, they're just maintaining the disease. We're not seeing that the high blood pressure is cured. The high blood pressure is maintained. So the patient develops high blood pressure, and 10 years later, they still have high blood pressure. But what we want to find the root cause of the problem, find the problem that is originating these diseases or these symptoms. And what we have seen is that about 90% of the cases, the symptoms and diseases are originated from emotional conditions. So our goal, our mission is to open up people's eyes to finding the root cause of the problem, not maintaining the disease, not maintaining the symptoms. And then especially for future generations, because technology is allowing us to bridge this gap between the Western and Eastern medicine. Technology is showing us what we were seeing, or people, ancient wisdom, ancient healers were seeing. Now with technology, we can prove it. So that's what we're using. We're using that technology to show people that they can change their health, they can change their life, not just using prescription medications.
It's a little bit difficult because this is a human phenomena. We believe on medicine, and and psychologically we believe that if I'm taking a medicine, after some time, I just feel some relief due to this medicine. This is our mindset. Maybe the medicine is not working, and my pain and my the message sending toward my body from the brain. They're just sending that now you are going to be relieved and this and that. So how could you interlink this thing, and how you can attached with medical field, because doctors are restrict, and doctors are really believe on the medicine. So how could you connect the two things together?
So that's a very good question, Sidra. Thank you so much for that. This is where our expertise comes, from. So this is where integration of this medicine come from the consciousness means that first number one thing is that we have to expand the awareness, right? So Western medicine, think about the Western medicine, the people who practice, they call doctors, but they are a human being. They just happen to study and know about the field, right? But as a consciousness, the mindset, who we are, is all essence the same. So now, as a human being, as a Western medical doctors, they have to stay back into their heart. So say, okay, what's the true purpose behind it to help the humanity? It's not about the Western medicine. It's not about that. There's so many wisdom and knowledge being practiced over the centuries and decades, right? So now we have to really open their eye first to bring us awareness. Okay, there is a so-called energy that exists. So there's called the mind that connecting to the physical body. So that we all know that emotion can affect our physical body. So nobody can deny on this one. It's a fact, right? So I think you start having this awareness. Then once they start having awareness, then now technology allows us to beautifully able to create the proof that the energy field can affect the physiology. So now we can introduce those ideas to the Western medical doctors and say, okay, our common shared purpose is to heal people. So there's no argument about that. So now, second thing is that, okay, are we able to think bigger than more outside of the box that they have learned? Okay, yes, no. So they say, okay, I'm open to the idea, so let's explore that. So then that's where, the starting point of everything, right? The collaborations start happening. Because I think the most challenging things that people start up the egos. I know better than you are. So you have to let those guard down. And I don't know more than what I know. So let's explore the idea. So that's why with Dr. Isabel, I got interested in so many different technology using quantum field, the quantum sensor, and the bioenergy sensor that allow us to really see those world of matters in Western medicine they're interested in, and then this side of the energy from the consciousness and mind. So now we get able to start closing the gap between.
And it is not that we are against Western medicine. Because it is necessary. If there is a disease and there is a tumor that needs to be removed, we need doctors to be able to do the surgery. But we also encourage people to use alternative medicine, holistic medicine, to maintain the health of the body, to maintain, to kind of complement the Western medicine. That's why we are integrative doctors. We want to combine the best of both worlds. So people need to understand, it's not that we are against Western medicine, because it is necessary, but we want to support the body in a more holistic way. And we need to think that we are quantum beings, meaning that we need to consider nutrition. Nutrition is very important. And what is good for you is not going to be good for Dr. Jyun or for myself, because we're all totally different. And that's why we need to have into consideration what kind of blood type you have, what it is the food that is necessary for your blood type, what is your body type according to Ayurveda. And then there's many factors. So we have 5 ISAMIZU actions that Dr. Jyun can share. He shared those on his book. And they're very important. Everybody should be using that, should be implementing those 5 actions.
True, and I agree with Elizabeth, because she's saying that after a lockdown, after pandemic, we just this is a research. Uh, Mostly people are involved in depression, anxiety, they just showing different tantrums. So, is it really work for our health if we are working on the conscious mind and we never need any medicine, any painkiller, any type of, the other medicines who just gives us uh, any type of sleep and other things. So it's really work to control our body by ourselves with the help of mind.
Absolutely, that is a very great starting point. No matter what, the Western medicine, the medicine is the emergency. Medicines that help you stop the progression of the disease, that stop that, reduce the suffering. So, which is great. Good at it. But now they're not going to address the root cause of the problem. This is where you just address that. So this is where the pandemic allows us to process it from our mind, bring the PTSD type of experience that we're having this all anxiety, uncertainty, and fears. We don't know what's going to happen, right? So that all these chemical, these we call neurotransmitter, being produced by your mind, and the mind giving a signal to your brain. So the brain going to give us all the signal to all the endocrine centers, which is in the what Ayurvedic medicine called the chakra centers, right? So the chakra centers they all receive the signal. So those signal creating excess or the deficiency allow us to transform into the disease as the chronic anxiety issues or high blood pressure, some of the headaches, right? And some of the liver problem, indigestion. It goes everywhere. So yes, so it's great to have this awareness of a Western medicine can be powerful to help reduce the symptoms. Now, using the power of mind, meditation, using the consciousness to really shift our, the lens into more abundance, the gratitude, the love, compassion. So now we are creating a different signal from your mind. So all the organs start to ease instead of creating disease. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Thank you. Another important point is that
We lost her.
Yes, maybe frozen. Still we alive? If somebody was asking questions. What are the alternatives to our past medicine?
Yeah, maybe we can answer that while she's coming back.
Yes. Okay, Dr. Isabel.
So there's many ways to be able to achieve this energetic balance, because as quantum beings, we're all energy. Everything that we think about is energy. Our actions, everything is energetic. So the idea is to be able to achieve an energetic balance. So there's different alternatives. You can be doing acupuncture, and that's going to regulate the chi energy or balance the energy flow in our body. You can have homeopathic remedies that are natural. You can be doing meditation. You can be doing different breathing techniques. And then just being, when you are conscious of something that is causing disharmony or dis-ease in your body, something that is changing the energy in your body, then that's when healing starts happening. So being conscious of something that is changing that energetic level in our body is just going to start helping us heal. For example, a lot of people that have liver problems, the origin, according to traditional Chinese medicine, is based on anger. So if you're having a lot of anger in your life, then that is going to be changing the energetic balance on your liver. So you need to start changing the mindset that you have to be able to start changing that energetic feel in your body. And Dr. Jyun, you can say something else. Sorry we lost you, but we answered one of the questions, or we were answering one of the questions. So Dr. Jyun can complete the answer.
Hi, Sidra. Can you hear us? Okay, great. Yeah.
yes, I can hear you. Sorry
Thank
for
you.
it.
Yeah. Oh, no problem. Yeah, technology things happen. So great. So yes, so the Dr. Isabel just said, they're applying this to really creating a balance energetically. So because when the imbalance happens in each organ system, to become the disease of each organs that manifest as the Western medical symptoms. So really key elements is to bring back the homeostasis using Chinese medicine or Ayurvedic medicine. All this the dosha to keep balancing the dosha, and there's a chakra medicine and Reiki. There's so many other energetic modalities that are based on the vital energy, which is the behind the scene of the matters. So matter can only change when the energy of the inside of the matter starts balancing out. So this is the fundamental of this the vital energy medical practitioner and doctors are focused on to bring back to the homeostasis.
So what is your next step to to introduce this for doctors, for medical field, as well as with with parents, with teachers, and also the patients, because I'm also the speech therapist, so I know how to work with the autistic child. They are they are suffering for the disorders, mental disorders. So how and when you just you know convey and launch these things, uh, and guide them other people who's are really work with medical field as well as who's are working with human rights.
We need to have a collaboration with everybody, because our goal is to cover as much people as possible. And then, so what we are doing is we are creating a group of leaders that are leaders in their community. So our goal is to be doing webinars and then conferences, so the majority of people can have access to this and they can receive the information. So we're doing workshops. We're seeing individual patients, so one-on-one sessions. But then the key will be to have more group sessions, so people can transfer and share the information that they learn and they receive from us with the rest of their friends, family, and the people that they know. So doing workshops and then having webinars, and that actually we're going to start having some webinars next year at the beginning of the year that will invite everybody to join us, so they can start hearing the message that we have to share, and they can start incorporating these changes and this transformation that is not difficult to do. It is very easy, but it is very important and necessary to be able to start seeing the transformation. If you have been having habits for 10 years and then you have consequences in your body, you're not going to expect results in a week. This is a work that you need to be doing consistently. And then our mind, we have about 60,000 thoughts a day. If out of those 60,000 thoughts a day, a big percentage of them are negative, that is going to be interfering with the energetic level of your body and your mind. So we need to start day by day changing those thoughts and that information that we're giving our body, that we're feeding our body, to be able to balance it. So then this is a program that we will be doing. It's going to be 3 weeks, and this is just the beginning, because this is something that people need to take it as a lifestyle. You need to start changing not only the way you think, your mindset, the way you act, what you feed your body, and then all these other energetic treatments that your body needs, depending on your requirements or your body requirements.
Great. I think this is the very satisfactory statement, because you are already working for it, and collaborations are work uh, rapidly, and I think this is the only way. When you nationalize the thing, when you internationalize something, that's a great thing. Hopefully, when this thing is working all over the world, our medical expenditures will be decreased, our health will be increased, and we spend more money on our food, organic food. So my next question is about uh, mother health, then the child health, and after the mental child health. The three questions, and especially the early childhood development. So I feel that in Pakistan and Bangladesh as well as in India, Um, here is a C-sections quantity is increasing. What is the reason behind it? Maybe the causes of extra medication, the causes of unorganic food. What is the reason behind it? And really, it's working. Suppose I'm just saying that your conscious things and your therapy is effect and relate this thing that a woman, normally women just delivered the baby and the baby should be healthy, mother should be healthy if they are using your therapy.
So let's talk about just briefly about that. So basically, think about it that we are quantum being, which the Dr. Isabel defined. We call your best quantum nature. So the quantum means that you have a unique expression that are, you could be expressing the best version of yourself if you do everything unique to you that are designed to, optimize yourself. But unfortunately, in the circumstance that medical advancements, all the scientific advancements, their intention was great, putting the pesticides in the glyphosates, all the things so you can create the more abundance of a food that it can provide. But unfortunately, at that time, we didn't know the side effect of that. So as some level of the progression of the science and the humanities that we have to be conscious about. Okay, so we create those things with a good intention, but then we didn't know long-term effect. So some level of those, we as became a victim of this chemical exposure, toxicity in the human body, and that affect your biology, which is going to create some liver stress, or some of the chemical can bind into your part of the brain, the neurons, that can stop that communication between the dopamine, the receptors, right? So then some people have the more content of toxicity in the body, and some people are able to allow to release those toxins. So this is very individual, very unique. It's difficult to pinpoint because of that chemical, because of that vaccination triggers those disease in autistic child especially, right? They have many discussion on that, but you have to look at the bigger picture. It's not that one thing that triggers the problems. So really the mindset is critically important that we can really come up to this coming from love centers focus, because we have to really shift that from the fear, anxiety, and why we perceiving the life in a very negative way. Because ancestrally speaking, we will pass on those information into your mind through your DNA, right? So those shifts need to happen, release those negative emotions, the toxicity, number one. So then your mind doesn't produce those negative signal to your body. This is very critical elements of the quantum mind. Then the quantum body, we have to make sure that you eating the body type of nutrition, or they sometimes need to supplement it because our soil is not as rich as anymore. So we need to reinforce some of the B vitamins, sometimes called Q10s, fish oil, all those things are necessary temporary until your body starts absorbing all the nutrients so that your body can process that to become best optimized quantum body. So this is our really the teaching, the focus is that, to really come down to what's your best quantum nature, what's the best version of yourself through our education, the knowledge we're continuously expanding. And then technology allows us to look at the deep inside of the body, where the problem it is, and how can I release that. So this we are very excited about what we're teaching and expanding our knowledge, and wisdom. Dr. Isabel.
Okay, another question is from again Salman Bukhari. What about food supplements? Are they good enough to save us from diseases, and do they have side effects as compared to other medicines?
Well, that's part of it. Dr. Jyun already answered that question, that we do need some supplements because the food that we're getting, even if it's organic, is not providing us with all the nutrients. Unfortunately, the soil is a little bit different than it used to be. So, but to cure us from disease, it's a complex question, and we are complex beings. So it's not just one thing that is causing us to have a disease or symptoms. There's multiple things that cause. It's just imagine that the symptoms or the disease is like the tip of the iceberg. We have an iceberg, we can see only the symptoms and the disease, but what caused this disease or these symptoms is just a very large amount of things that got you where you are. So it's not that, oh, I'm having some adrenal fatigue, but how long does this disease or this problem take? It's a long time to be able to develop a disease. And what caused this disease? So there's many layers. So we need to start doing like a really bad onion, start peeling those layers of the onion that are bad, all these things that cause the disease, to be able to get to the core that is healthy and that is the life that we want, is what we all deserve. So it's just peeling all these layers and finding the reasons why you got to where the symptoms or the disease that you have right now are. So it takes multiple layers, and then everybody has different layers. And what Dr. Jyun was saying, we carry in our DNA information that is imprinted from our parents, from our ancestors. So anything that happened to them, we have a little bit of information in ourselves. So we need to start changing. And then this subconscious level, we need to start kind of changing a little bit that subconscious and then bringing it to the conscious awareness. And that's when things start changing. That's when our reality starts changing. So we need a combination of things. It's not just one thing is going to make you healthy. We need to do multiple things to be able to be healthy.
That, I think.
I just feel it just sounds like our forefathers' lifestyle, because their lifestyle is very limited, very conscious. They just loved organic food, less medicines, and they love to walk. They never used to travel something like on car, on bike, on cycle. They loves to go through walk and get up early in the morning, do their work by themselves. I think this thing is missing in our life. That's
It is.
why we are mentally and physically ill, because we earn more than them, we are smarter than them, but we are dumb, if I'm not wrong. We also are mentally, we also are dumb. We never think the natural things, we never enjoy the nature. uh,
Nature.
that's why we are stuck with the 3 to 4 gadgets, the smartphone, laptop, smartwatch, etc. That's why we are using glasses. Our eyesight going to be down after the 40. Everybody in Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh, and all Asian countries, they just uh, facing the 4 to 5 major diseases: heart issue, high blood pressure, sugar, diabetes,
Mm-hmm.
and the fourth one is depression. After 50, the only women can involve this depression for spending a healthy, happy
Yeah.
life. And after 40 to 50, she just facing a depression, anxiety in the age of 50 to 60. And they feel that life is going to be finished
Yes.
because she's getting overweight due to some healthy junk food for the kitty party, something at all. Because in Pakistan we love junk food. We never believed we never believed the organic things. We never believed the vegetables with soup and healthy something. We just like some spicy and that type of things. So my question is related to this. um, is it true, if we are control our eating habit and work on our conscious mind things, so we can fight from every disease, from every depression, for anything?
Yeah, so I think let's, it can be a very simple answer. It can be a very complex answer. Let's talk about a simple answer. So, simple answer is that if you are everybody proceeding everything in a positive way, so now your mind will producing all the right signal to your every biological cell, right? So then there's no stagnation, there's no trapped energetic blockage in the body. So that's not going to create a disease for that. So then second is the nutrition is organically as natural as possible and as rich in nutrients. And according to your body type, you're eating that to be the best for you. So now your physiology working to receiving all the nutrients and then hydrating, you're consciously breathing in oxygen, in the fresh oxygen to nourish your body. So from that conceptual speaking, of course, there you have you optimize your fighting ability, you optimize your immune system, optimizing all your vitality to shake it off anything you want to. Right? This is a perfect idealistic approach, of course. So if we
And
get into complex answer becomes, okay, how can I keep releasing those negative thoughts? Or how can I know that this nutrition has the best nutrition to me? So this is we have to expand the knowledge and we have to expand the consciousness to approaching it. So then we really getting back to this, appreciation of how we ancient time, how we practice our humanity, how we lived, right? So we got to start re-practicing about that to apply to ourselves. But combination of the advanced technology allow us to get that best out of this. And Dr. Isabel can take it from here.
something else that is very important, because if you have your mindset is it's balanced and it's okay, and you have the best nutrition, but you're not doing any physical activities, for example, if you're not doing any movement, or if you're not connecting with nature, if you're in isolation, and you're having all the right foods and you're having the mindset that you need for health, there is something missing. So we need to have a full circle of ideal things. So getting exposed to nature, it is very important. Breathing is crucial for our life. So breathing techniques are great, but if you're doing them outdoors, if you're getting those phytoncides that the trees and nature have, then you're feeding your soul, you're feeding your body. And then also having communication with human beings, having social interaction, it is very important for the mind. So these people that you were saying in the 50s, 40s, the women that are starting to get some anxiety, some depression, there is something that is causing this depression. Maybe a lot of things in their mind, maybe they're worried about their family, and they're not having the support that they need. They're not having the social interaction. They're not releasing all these energetic blockages. So when you are having something that is keeping you trapped and the energy is not flowing, you're not having the motivation to cook healthy food. You're just going to do whatever is easier and faster. So then you're eating that food that is not being helpful for your body, and it's going to kind of create a cascade of side effects. So then you're going to get lazy, you're going to get tired, you're not going to have the motivation. So it's just like a snowball, starts small and gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So we have to be working as a complex being, not just nutrition and having a mindset. Those are very key and very important, but we need other things to be able to be healthy and have the life that we all deserve.
My next question is that person, I'm not going to be degrade anyone, but my question is for helping them. That person who's are using or intaking any type of alcohol or any type of drugs. So they all are knowing this is very bad thing. And everybody want to stop using this, but with the different causes, they never stop themselves. So please give us 5 to 6 tips that person who's are used to taking and used to taking any type of alcohol in any condition in any form, how that person is doing the 5 to 6 things to you know to stop them to avoid this thing and stop taking this thing, because you are working for the conscious mind, you are working for the health, you are working for the human cells. So please give us a 5 to 6 tip. Maybe someone is watching and he or she will never ask anything to anyone because we feel shy and we feel not comfortable when someone is when they both are working, when someone is working, when talking about their this type of activities. So please give us a 5 to 6 tips how we can stop any bad habit. This is very conscious question, but it's
Yes. Okay, so first, number one thing, so we talk about the mind, right? So this is where Dr. Isabel says we have a 67,000 thoughts a day, most of them negative. So then, so negative, there's the patterns that keep developing. That's why they create a craving because I'm not good enough. Why, so why am some things are happening to me? So victimizing themselves, right? So then when you have this trapped thoughts, of course, if you don't shift their thoughts into the positive, I'm more than that. I'm so content. I'm so strong. I'm so powerful. So reinforcing, for example, journal, writing that, affirmation, right? So that's writing it, something hearing those things on a daily basis consciously. Conscious mind just keeps speaking to your subconscious mind. Even the subconscious mind is so strong being charged as a negative, but enough that you keep repeating it, then all of a sudden their subconscious mind start giving up and say, okay, you give me enough information. Now I'm start believing you that you are more than that. You're a positive person. You're so powerful. You're so amazing, right? So this is number one thing that they really meditation or doing this writing a gratitude and doing this affirmation to really reinforce your conscious mind. Take the step, the decision. That's the decision will make the shift. Number one, right? So then number two, of course, the biological cravings are happening because you're reinforcing the taste because your brain will start craving for the sugars, the alcohols, and the caffeines, and all the things, right? There's a biological craving. So to stop that, then definitely there's a nutrition able to help them to reduce the craving, shifting, conscious eating. And then, of course, there's a different modality, complementary medicine. Acupuncture has a very great tool. It's called the 5 auricular therapy detox to help them to reinforce this idea. And and then plus the many other approaches available to help to reduce the toxicity in the body. Because the more you reduce the toxicity, more you get cleaner, then your realization happens because you get more vitality, right? So when you get more energy, you tend to do better. You tend to be more optimistic. When you are drained, when you're fatigued, and many people become negative, right? So you don't want somebody to talk to you, say, please leave me alone. I don't like them. Tired. But we're energized, yes, you can take it more. So this is just I can tell the simple approach is that level of the mind approach, and then really using that nutrition and using that those different complementary therapy to help them to allow them to shift from the physical craving. And Dr. Isabel, I think that she can give them a few more tips.
Definitely something that people that have certain addictions, there is something that trigger the addiction. So there is something in their conscious mind or even in their subconscious mind that trigger the addiction. And sometimes it's very hard for them to realize what it is exactly that trigger this addiction and why they cannot control it. It's very hard, and addictions are really difficult to control and to treat. But support is key in this with this situation, not only from either friends, family members, or a therapist are very important, because you need to find what caused this desire of having something. It's like when you have an addiction, is you're looking for something out of yourself to give you pleasure, happiness, or to numb you. But what it is exactly that is originating this desire. So finding the root cause of this addiction. And it could be something that is genetically transferred because your grandfather or your father was addicted, and it is in your genes. But there is ways to help you get rid of this addiction. So what Dr. Jyun was saying, it's important. And then also having some support, having a motivation, having a goal, having a desire to live and to something that motivates you. When you have a motivation, when you have a goal, no matter what it is going on in the world, you want to achieve this goal. Like if you have a kid, for example, if you're a mother, if you're a father and you have a kid, that should be your motivation. if you have a job, or if you have something that you really want to achieve, or even if you want to have the body that you really want and you want to get to that point, then maybe just having a baby steps. Because when you have bigger goals and you cannot achieve them because they're too big and too unrealistic, then the motivation, you just lose that motivation. So baby steps, daily goals. Just put small little goals every day. If you were drinking, I don't know, 5 glasses of wine a day, every day, maybe just say, today I'm not going to drink 5. I'm going to drink 5. Or something like that. Something that you can achieve so you can check and, oh, I have some progress. I've done something right. So just baby steps, and then just having the motivation, having some support, the best nutrition, exercising, having a mindset. The positive affirmations, what Dr. Jyun was talking about, are key. But when you just write down, I'm not going to be having this addiction anymore, but you don't feel it, it's not going to change. So the feeling tied with the thinking and the affirmation is what makes it valid, and it makes it successful. So it's just combining a lot of things. But the key is just to have motivation. Because when you're down in the hole, nobody's going to bring you out unless you decide to get out of that hole. So you need to find a way to get out of that hole. Find a goal, find a motivation, find something that wants you to change, and have some support.
Again, when we are talking about the mental health, the one amazing and the old thing is coming in our mind, meditation. So please, uh, I want to know about something meditation and your project, how the two things is interlinked with each other.
So in the quantum physics, when you study the quantum principle, this is what we call the word consciousness. Consciousness is the one that communicates with your mind, and the consciousness is a part of this, in a part of the your creator, the God. Well, depends on how you describe based on your belief. So consciousness is everywhere, and it is everything. So in the quantum field, through the meditation, allow us, if you can transform your mind into the quantum field, which is called zero field, unified field, or the conscious field. So this is where all the wave of possibilities happening. So I think that many meditators try to achieve that this emptiness, the vast of the space. So then there's all those amazing energetic flow is happening like a burst of oceans. So from that point, how you want to manifest that in a new reality. This is where the quantum physical, the wave and the particle theory. So your meditation for us, the part of it to allow us to transform into this conscious field, the meditative field, zero field. Then from the intention to create a new reality corrupts into this new paradigm. So I think that becomes the strong application. How you want the mind to shift is that meditation is one of the powerful tools us allow us to get to the level. So that's my take and explanation on that. And Dr. Isabel can tell you she's been meditating over three years, and she's very well known about this.
Well, a lot of people, they get concerned and kind of like overwhelmed with the term of meditation. And I've heard a lot of people is, I cannot meditate. I cannot sit still for even 5 minutes. But there's many ways to do meditation. Even going for a walk, that will be a meditation. Even if you're doing the dishes, if you're paying attention of what you're doing, if you're feeling the water, if you're feeling the soap, if you're feeling the texture of the dishes, that is a meditative state. So even painting, if somebody likes to paint, that is meditation. When you get zoned out, when nothing around you matters, that is a meditative state. So it doesn't need to be that you need to be 90 minutes sitting down with your eyes closed and not moving in a specific posture. And that will be ideal. That will be great. But it is not necessary. So you can go for a nice walk, just be with your thoughts, or even no thoughts, but just enjoying and feeling, experiencing the air, the breeze, the colors, the smell. Just when you have all your five senses awake, then that is meditation. It is key because the idea is to calm those brain waves in our brain so we can start seeing some changes, some transformation. There is amazing studies and research with meditation of how somebody that even had a cancer got better by doing daily meditations. How our biology changes with meditation. But you don't have to start 90 minutes sitting down with your eyes closed. You can start slow. And you can start with a walk. You can start just with simple tasks when you are having all your five senses involved. And then you are relaxed. Your brain waves are calm. That is meditation. So you can change your body. You can change your biology with meditation. Unfortunately, right now, our mind is so full of energy, so full of thoughts. We're multitasking. We're just bombarded with information. And this is what technology is helping us do, unfortunately. So technology is great, but we are abusing it. And we're just stimulating our brain waves too much that we're not able to get this aha moments, these downloads of information, this healing, this biological healing with meditation because our brain is just overstimulated.
Thank you. Another questions from Nadeem, and he's asking, what are the secrets of their sounds, health, and mindset? Positive vibes come from reply. I mean, this is the answer, but question is the up.
So ever since we say, Nikola Tesla, famous, the, he was a physicist and he was able to, integrate this with what this quantum physics is all about. Is that he said, if we want to talk about the future of health, or the wellness, we have to think of the vibration, frequency, the energy. So that's where the new paradigms start happening. And we are all aware of those things. Now our technology allow us to able to measure those things, be able to see those things. So sound is a part of it. Sound has a frequency. So based on this different particular sound, that creating a harmony within the biological cells, because each single cell has a different frequency. So when you're out of balance, you're creating the frequency that it shouldn't be operating this way. So you want to bring back to this coherence, good frequency, where the organ can optimally can function. So those sound therapy that we have been experiencing so many different ways that people do, Tibetan bowl singing, that frequency, they create a particular frequency that resonates in a different chakra system. So for example, somebody who have a liver problem because of the anger, the frustration, then the liver becomes out of balance, to become incoherence within the sacral chakra center. So then a solar plexus, solar plexus. So the solar plexus has a particular frequency that's able to harmonize using a particular frequency. So the sound therapy is really one of the big key elements combined with the same thing as Chinese medicine as a frequency, and Reiki is a frequency, right? And then also the kata is also frequency too. Each kata has a frequency to it. So that help us harmonize, our human, physiology and all the energy centers.
And I'm not sure if Nadine was talking about sound health of being healthy and mindset also, but what Dr. Jyun was saying, the sound, it's amazing to change. As we are all energy, sound has energy frequencies, and that's one of the ways. So your mindset, you can consciously be in a positive, as you said, Nadeem, in a positive bias, and surrounded. That's another important thing. Because if you are on your positive minds, but everybody around you, if you're in a toxic environment where the positivity is not there, there's just a lot of negativity around you, then that can affect you. But being in that mindset, being in the positive attitude, and then having sound therapy, because sound therapy can help relax those mind waves. When your your brain waves are relaxed, then your mindset, you have a more clear thoughts. you see things in a little different way. So just it's not like one secret. We're all different, and we all have different secrets because we all have different needs and different desires. But what we have been talking about is kind of the little secrets, and we have different protocols that are very specific for different people, because as we said, we're quantum beings. We're all different, and we have different wishes and different desires. But having the positive attitude, being surrounded with positive people. And it is okay to say, I'm going to give you a pause because your attitude is not what I want right now. And then start cutting all these relationships that are not bringing you anything positive in your life. And then just being surrounded by positive things is definitely key for your own mindset. So having the affirmations and the emotion and the feeling when you have this affirmation, I'm amazing, I'm healthy, all these things, but then feeling it, that's what's going to be changing your mindset. That's what the conscious is also going to start changing the subconscious.
Great. Related to the sound health therapy, I just coming one unique method. I just coming because this method is coming from Chinese culture, Chinese tradition. That is cupping. Uh, so the cupping thing is also helps us to calm down or do something at all, because this thing is very famous in these days all over the Pakistan, all over the world maybe, because people really believe on this.
Mhm.
And scientifically, here is lots of research on social media, on Google, on YouTube. So just please tell us about the cupping and your project, as well as is it really affects, and it is really helps to calm down our anxiety. It is really helps to refine our personality, refine our body.
Okay. As my Chinese medical background, so I can explain some of those things. So cupping is of course ancient, come from China. The purpose was that, so basically when you suck the cup onto the skin, so basically they'll create this this suction, right? So they basically pour that energy into the cup. So what the purpose of doing is that number one application was a physical application. When you have a stagnant energy, often they're used for the pain management. When the channel the energy not flowing in the meridian system, we use the cup of the suction, so that when you have the strong force comes in, allow us to blood to move. So when the blood moves, Chinese call it qi moves. So that if the blood is not moving, qi will move. So there's a qi and blood communication. This is where one of the purpose they use it, and cupping. But so then now we're going to this physical connection between the organs and the emotions and energy, right? So that when you suck the, let's say you don't have a liver problem, a so-called liver pains, but then if you have a liver stagnation, the possibility we can use the suctions in the liver area, what's called a move point, alarm point of the liver, which is in the back point as well too. So when you have this those alarm point, if you go there, if you stimulate enough, so that you can create the movement of the energy by vibrating all the physical body. So this is where the emotion can be released, because you are releasing the physical body with energy by applying to the cells. Does that make sense?
Thank you. And if you want to say something about cupping.
So what Dr. Jyun was saying is we're basically suctioning the energy. The goal is to balance our energetic flow in our body, because that's what keeps us alive. What we have seen is that when we have a cell that the energetic level is below 15 millivolts, that means that the cell is healthy. But when we go is sick. But when minus 25, minus 30 millivolts is healthy. So if we're changing all this energy, and then the energetic level is causing some stagnation, then we're going to see that cells and organs and systems are going to start failing. So the key is to balance the energetic flow. And there are many ways, and cupping is one of them, one of the ways to balance that energetic flow. I want to answer this question that Faison put in there, is how to bring positivity in our minds when we're surrounded by negative attitude people. And then one of the things, what I was saying is just, it is okay to cut some relationships. And one of the things is boundaries are very important. We need to create boundaries and we need to protect ourselves. Sometimes it is okay to be selfish. It's just when you are in an airplane, you put the oxygen mask first, because if you want to help others, you need to be healthy and you need to be alive. When we want to have peace of mind, we need to create that safe environment. We need to create boundaries. So if there is negative people around us, we can directly, if we can, directly tell them, I'm sorry you're feeling this way, but maybe let's talk when you're feeling in a different way. Or I am not okay to hear this. So creating healthy boundaries, avoiding and blocking this negative energy people, what we call it vampire people that suck your energy. We need to cut them. We need to block them. And there are many ways to do that. So just finding the right way to create that safe environment, to create that boundary, to protect your mindset. And when your mindset and your boundaries are strong, then everybody around you is going to be okay. And then also changing the perspective, how we see. So we wake up, we have two options. We're going to have a great day or we're going to have a horrible day. So how do you see the world and people around you is what you are going to perceive, right? And then also this negative energy people, they have their own issues. So sending them love, sending them a good positive vibration can start shifting their negative attitude. And you don't need to be around them, but you can send them love, send them this positive vibration. Open up your heart. Love is the key for everything. Even if it's your enemy, just send them love. And then that will come back to you.
Thank you, and you explained it very beautifully. And in the end, I'm very thankful to you. But it's time for a message. I just request to you, please, one message for my audience who's watching this show online, as well as who's are watching this show in recording form. So please, any message, any advice from my audience.
Yes. So it's important to things to create the awareness, which and then also because technology, we getting so close as a community globally. So together we can really able to shift our consciousness. So really, I'd like to join your community through our community, through the both of the community. We can expand the network and we can share the knowledge and the wisdom. So this is not about the one individual challenges. This is a global scale for the future generations. So we, each of us, have to stand up and then share the interest for the greater goods. So we need to go for it.
It's your turn, please.
So just people can join us on our website and just send questions, send information. We're going to have all the information about the workshop that we're going to be starting next year. And just send us questions. And if they're willing to collaborate with our goal, with our mission, we're open to receive as many leaders as possible to help share and spread the word. Because we need the future to be a different future. And the future generations are the foundation for the future. So we need to start working now. So the future is going to be a different future. So we're going to be at ISAMIZU, that's ISAMIZ as in zebra, ISAMIZU.com. That's our website. And then we have some YouTube videos and great information with how to increase our immune system, especially now. We need to start changing how the world is behaving so we can experience a beautiful future.
Thank you, both of you. And please, I request you after this live session, please put your WhatsApp and your website link in the comment section because people really want to follow you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sidra.
Thanks so much for inviting us, and then let us share our all the things that we are teaching. So really, we're excited to help. Oh, anyway,
So nice of you. I'm really thankful to you. And God bless you. My all best wishes, my team best wishes are with you. And I'm happy when you just find a really good team from all over the back of world. And this positive things are working everywhere. Jazakallah. Thank you.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.